into a new place can sometimes feel strange because it doesn't function like your old home. In order to make it your home sweet home, what matters most is what you put inside.
Hi, my name is Kevin Gray from Kevin Gray Design, and we're in a new built condo. Often when you move into a new home, you lack both the intimacy and also the lighting. Light could change for the art, so that was probably the starting point, and then from there we could do whatever we wanted to with the color. And I think that gives the intimacy of an apartment, lighting.
We tour a new condo that's been enhanced with both color and great architectural details on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Today we're touring a newly built condo that's been completely transformed by bringing the homeowner's personal style into each room of this home. And one easy way to do that is with color. This 2,300 square foot condo has 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a den. It's been turned into a home with warm colors and great architectural details. Kevin, welcome to SoFlo Home Project. It's great to have you here with us again.
Lovely to be with you again.
So all of your projects have always included so many great details, and you just curate spaces so beautifully. So today we're in a Coconut Grove condo that you have completely furnished for your client. This was completely new construction, so you had a blank canvas to start with.
We had a blank canvas, and oddly enough, this whole project started on one thing, and that was a Viennese jewelry box, and this is what the rug was based on.
It's gorgeous.
And from this rug, everything fell into place.
So I love that you brought that up just as a quick point, because we always love to share design tips with our viewers along the tours. You started with a rug that set the entire tone for your color palette of the main area.
It really brought colors that I have never really used before.
Yes, this is a great palette.
These colors are more pastel. And then from the color of the rug, we picked the sort of blush pink.
I love this.
Indoor, outdoor fabrics, that's my new trick now. Today you can get every fabric from Coco Chanel to faux leather that's, completely repellent. And we even did the Gio Ponte chairs, which were originally designed for the Andrea Doria, with a beautiful brass leg and then a wood cantilevered leg in the back, which is nautical because they're from the ocean liner. We did those in the same color as the sofa. For once, I matched everything because the rug is so important. I didn't want to fight the rug. I just let the rug stand on its own. I
do love that you did that because you're right. This rug there's so much to enjoy.
And we actually even brought in the glass table, which is vintage from the 70s. Just again, the Kevin Gray twist of mixing old with new.
Love that.
I try to mix metals and I try to mix periods. Very few of them so it doesn't distract from the room.
No, it's a nice way to modernize and then bring in those really beautiful vintage pieces.
So the apartment has 12-foot ceilings. It's Ram Cool House design, so it's spectacular.
Amazing ceiling height in here.
The floors, we selected something that was neutral as well.
Very nice.
And then, most importantly, since we had 12-foot ceilings, we dropped the ceilings, we hard flow lighting, and we reinterpreted all of the light in the apartment. And you can see now on a cloudy day, we have light in the room.
Now let's talk about the way you've connected color here as well, because just right down the hall we have a beautiful powder room where the color now gets a little more saturated in the smaller space.
From this rug, I would pull one color and I would carry it through. So the coral in this rug, we took off into the powder room.
Very nice. So that tone there that we're looking at, that brings in that wallpaper color.
Yes, it does.
And then right down the hall, as you pass the entryway by the elevator, I'm seeing that color.
We picked the peacock blue-green, and that was the main point of when you get off the elevator that greets you. And then, as you know, I try to mix my golds and metals, not too excessively, but just a touch of it.
Just enough. Yeah. In a beautiful way, and then that mixed metals, we always talk about that trend, whether it's something vintage or something new, they all work so nicely together. Now, Kevin, we've got more to see. We're going to tour more and see how you connected the color story in this beautiful condo when we come back. Coming up, we have more ways to connect color through each room of your home on SoFlo Home Project.
Today we're going to show you beautiful windows that we've done to this home. Come see this incredible installation on this beautiful home.
Up next on SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this beautiful and colorful condo designed by Kevin Gray of Kevin Gray Design. So Kevin, before the break, we took a look at the living room and kind of talked about how the entire color palette was really started from the beautiful rug there. And right opposite the living room is the formal dining room. The living room, dining room, and kitchen form one stylish great room. Even though there's an open concept layout, each room has its own personality. So the color story continues here.
The color story continues here. The next request was the red dining room table, which
Love
is the same coral red in the rug.
So let's talk about the chair color, just pulling from the rug.
Chair, yes, this is sort of another high quality blue, which was the same blue again in the
Nice
rug.
texture.
The same style continues with the bar stools, which do swivel.
These are great.
What I often do on high ceilings, I extended the soffit over the dining room to make it more intimate here. It's an open living dining room kitchen combination, but I think dropping the ceiling and putting the chandelier over the table grounded this room.
So the kitchen, typically when you have new construction, will come with the space, and I know you could make your own adjustments to maybe enhance it and make it your own. What did you do here?
Well, we left basically the kitchen as it was alone.
Very
There was
nice.
a cavity up here, which I thought, what are we going to do with that? So I took the same wood that's in the kitchen and had that curio cabinet built with a mirror backsplashes inside.
Becomes a great display area. And now here, did you add the mirror
No.
also on the backsplash?
The mirror backsplash, we added that. That was sort of to give a little bit of bronze.
Yes.
Works off of the brown.
I absolutely love the bronze. Now we have some other things behind us. We've got this amazing brown Venetian plaster wall, but there's a lot going on behind there and what you did to the space with this wall.
Right.
And we are going to talk about that, but before we do, let's check in with our friends from USA Windows and Doors and see what great advice they have for us today.
Hi, this is John with USA Windows and Doors, and this is Hugo. And today is going to tell us about the beautiful windows that were installed here.
This is a beautiful, huge house with more than 50 windows and 20 doors. And what we did is we maintained the colonial look because the customer wants to everything looks the same. We use ES windows, we use Elite line, and another thing is that we use the energy savings technology Lowy in all the house. So now the customer is going to have a cooler house and a great view. And also what we did is we maintained all the mullions. That's an extra job that we did for this house. We replaced all the wood backs that are in the opening. We rebuilt the stucco, we rebuilt the drywall, and also we repair all the rotten wood that we find in each opening in this house. Now we have to pass for inspection from the city. So the inspector is going to come here and see all the material and screws that we use. After we have the approval, then we cover everything when it's stucco, and the customer, the only thing that he has to do, he has to pay, and that's done.
So if you're also ready to upgrade your windows to Impact Windows and Doors, call USA Windows and Doors today.
Or go to usawindowsanddoor.com.
So Kevin, I want to talk about this wall because first of all, it's a great focal point. And the Venetian plaster is, again, so in right now, great classic look.
Well, I did this wall. I extended the wall first of all about 3 feet to line up with the kitchen, and I widened it by double. It was originally a standard wall.
So widening the wall, just to get to our viewers,
Yeah.
gives a little kind of weight to it. If it was just a simple 5-inch wall, it wouldn't feel as important and as of an architectural detail that it is.
There you go. And got rid of the window of the door frame at the other end so that the pocket door completely is concealed and hits this wall. And this grounds the room.
Kevin, so on the other side of this wall, I'm spotting something really beautiful. Talk to us about what this is.
Well, on the other side of the wall is a Venetian trompe-l'oeil. It came from New York, which was on a white wall, and now it's found its home on the brown wall, and it's really, really made for the room. It's the
is.
first thing you see when you walk in, and it's really breathtaking.
I also see some wood at the end of the hall there that looks like the wood in the kitchen.
Well, actually, at the end of the hallway, we had 3 doors. We had 3 frames and 3 handles. And that drove me crazy.
Lot of
So
doors.
there's got to be a way that we can conceal this. So I used the same oak from the kitchen, did 1 oak custom panel across the back of the apartment, which is a little bit Mad Men from the 60s. You'd have
I
it
love
in.
it. Paneling is always in.
You just hide all your doors and you can't go wrong.
And I think whether it's new construction, remodel, existing, having interesting surfaces and interesting textures on the wall that are all not just paint really create drama in a space, but sometimes even in a subtle way that's beautiful.
That's it. That's the perfect one. It's subtle because it's just a touch at the end of the hallway and it balances everything else.
Yes, well, this is so beautiful, and we have got more to see. I want to continue with the color story you bought through, and we're going to see that when we come back. Coming up next, we have tips on creating an elegant, multi-purpose room on SoFlo Home Project.
SoFlo Home Project is sponsored in part by Eldorado Furniture. Looking to refresh your home? Visit us online at eldoradofurniture.com or a showroom near you.
September is National Preparedness Month. Disasters and emergencies can happen at any time. We Floridians know this better than anyone. And a portable power solution might be something you want to add to your emergency kit. This is the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. Let's see how it works. The EcoFlow Delta 2 Max is a portable power solution designed to provide backup power in an emergency. It's built for resilience and reliability in extreme weather conditions. Because this is battery powered, I can use it inside my home. No noise, no toxic carbon monoxide, no need to refuel it. The EcoFlow Delta 2 Max fully charges in less than 2 hours from any home outlet, and you have the option to charge it with EcoFlow's line of portable solar panels. Once it's charged up, you can store it easily in a closet until you need it. During an emergency power outage, EcoFlow says it can power 99% of high-drain appliances. It includes several USB ports and 6 AC outlets. And you can run 15 devices, including your refrigerator, critical equipment like phones and lamps, all together at the same time for up to 24 hours. Which has me thinking, I have another test for this. When filming on location, we need power for all of our equipment. Lights, monitors, teleprompters, cameras, fans, and more. Let's see if the Delta 2 Max can power it all. Wow, this is really working. It's powering our lights, our cameras, our microphones, our fans, everything. If it can do all of this, imagine what it can do for you. And when you're not dealing with a power outage, you can use the Delta 2 Max on a camping or fishing trip while you're tailgating. Truly, the possibilities are endless. EcoFlow makes a powerful ally. Hopefully, you'll be able to use this more for something fun. But it's really the best possible device to have on hand in case of extreme emergency weather and power loss, especially as we continue through hurricane season and disaster preparedness month. In fact, EcoFlow's Delta 2 Max will be 18% off between September 13th and September 27th. So get yours at this amazing discounted price now. With express pickup, round-the-clock emergency chat, and free product repairs by a dedicated support team, and with 0% APR financial care with up to 6 interest-free payments, Disaster Guard keeps customers and their EcoFlow products prepared at all times. You can find the Delta 2 Max and other EcoFlow products for disaster preparedness at ecoflow.com or at your local Costco, Sam's Club, or Home Depot. The EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, a convenient, reliable, portable power solution that you want to add to your emergency kit.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this beautiful and colorful condo with interior designer Kevin Gray. So Kevin, we have seen a lot of spaces and how everything connects through a beautiful color story. Started with the area rug in the living room.
Yes, we did.
So here is no different, and we are in what looks like an office.
It's an office and it's also a den combination with a TV wall. So you have the library, an option for a sleep sofa for a guest, and then the desk.
Steps away from the kitchen, we find a large den. This multi-purpose room has been enhanced with an elegant color palette. So let's take a seat. I want to talk about what you did here. It's such a beautiful sofa. It's not only comfortable, but this fabric choice is beautiful.
This is also a high performance indoor-outdoor.
Great.
And it comes in many colors, and I just love the blend.
Yeah, it's really a great color mix as we see over here, and all of the fabrics are such fun prints. And now this room, being that it's a convertible space, really has a lot of interesting shaped pieces that I wanted to discuss. Let's start with the coffee table.
Well, the coffee table is window castles. What I like about it is you don't bang yourself when you cross your legs.
No sharp corners.
You don't run into it. If you have kids, they can't kill themselves on it. And most importantly, it slides over, so when you open your sofa bed,
which is what you need, because honestly, when you are doing a sofa bed, that is one thing that you need to think about. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an office without a great desk, and that is one amazing desk. So in terms of positioning of the desk, it's a little bit on an angle.
I set that in front of the Ram Koolhaas columns, which Ram Koolhaas was famous for in this building. From the 12-foot ceilings, he did the irregular columns. What the building did is they had sheetrocked them over. And I told the client when we walked in, the first thing we have to do is uncover the columns.
So that kind of like raw exposed concrete.
And I first got to look like, but then she understood right away what I was talking about. And I think it really does help because they are irregular.
They're interesting and it's different in terms of the shape and the kind of the lines of it.
Right.
So I understand uncovering it to give it its beauty. Now, this lamp, where is this from? Is this an antique piece? Is this a vintage piece? Is this something new? I can never tell because they're always so unique and different. So we need to know.
This is Arcilla Castiglione. It was not that old. It's 20 years old design, but it's timeless. It's juxtaposed with my orbit lamp, which I put on the client's desk, which I designed 40 years ago. So we kept the lighting somewhat in scale to the room.
Yes, and I really think it's something so interesting. It's, again, very sculptural, like a lot of the pieces we're seeing in here. Well, Kevin, this room is beautiful. Color palette, again, pulling from the initial area rug where we started in the living room, and it's gonna continue through the condo. We've got one more stop on our tour, and we're gonna bring you through when we come back. Next, the art of using small details to personalize your sleeping quarters on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this Coconut Grove condo with interior designer Kevin Gray of Kevin Gray Design. So Kevin, we have made a lot of stops along this tour checking out the sort of inspiration of the color palette, which started with an area rug in the living room, and how you kind of took colors from there and kind of put them in each room so they have their own personality. So now we're in the main sleeping quarters. The primary suite is located next to the great room. Small details help create a private and serene feel to these private spaces.
Well, I think here we grounded the room different from everywhere else with a navy blue rug, just to give that room a difference in tone. And then we worked in with the same colors as the rug there, but as accents, as bed covers or pillows, and the chair as well.
Now, I love the wall covering. This also I've seen somewhat in the carpet.
Yes, it's sort of basically an orange peel, but a light orange peel.
And a light grass cloth for just subtle texture.
So it gives warmth to the room.
Now let's talk about the furniture. The furniture here, we've got beautiful wood tones, obviously a lot of detailing.
Well, this is Borsani. He was very famous in Italy in the 40s and 50s. Look at the details of the handles and the sculpting here.
Lots of great detail. And it just goes to the beautiful detailing on the bed, on the little nightstand piece as well. And now the lamps.
The lamps are Murano. Those are 1920. Those are Seguso. I felt that they worked with the gold details inside the bed. The bed has actually the metal colors in it, whereas this has the gold leaf.
So a little of both kind of working together. Now in here, we have some antique mirrors and built-in shelves. There's a lot of areas for display within this condo that you added.
Those are sort of my custom cases. I do the antique mirror in the back. I do the floating glass shelves. I paint them to work with the frames of the doors, so they sort of disappear, yet your artifacts or your books can stand out if you want, or blend in if you don't want to see them.
What I love about that is, you know, we think about personalizing a space, right? And sometimes we need the shelf space in a room, somewhere to display those collectibles, those personal items. And now, Kevin, I'm seeing, so you've got this beautiful glass sort of pocket door here to kind of close everything off from the closet to the bathroom with the frosted glass. So incorporating this, was this in the space or is this something you added?
No, this is something that I added. Sort of, it's my trademark. I like that bathrooms can have light from outdoor, even
yes.
when the door is closed.
So you get privacy, but it gives that natural light, which in condos, sometimes in the bathrooms, depending on where it's situated in a building, you don't always get that. Now, let's talk about what you did in the bathroom as well, because again, we're talking, this is new construction. So often there's things that you're working with that are beautiful new details, but then to make it your client's own space, what did you add?
There was no medicine cabinet, and I took it one step further. I did that mixed with brass, matte brass, and I did lavender Venetian spackle walls. That was the client's favorite color. One day I'm driving down Biscayne Boulevard and I stop at the Antique Center, and there's this Art Deco underwater scene, which fit the wall within 1 inch.
Wow.
And it had all of the colors of the floor and the marbles and the wall color and the brass from the medicine cabinets.
So that was one of those pieces, much like the rug where we all started here
Right.
on this tour, one of those pieces that brings in all the colors, ties it all together, wraps it all up as one beautiful cohesive space.
Right. Yeah. I was lucky on that one because you usually start with that.
Right.
And then
Here you were able to end with it, to
Here
tie
I
it all
was
in.
ending with that, and I said, oh, what am I going to do? And I found it.
And this is a great note for us to end on. It's either you're beginning with one great piece that's driving the design, and sometimes it's almost all done and you have that amazing find.
Yeah.
And that completes the
And it's
space.
worth more that way. You really found it, you know?
Yes, it's very satisfying. Well, Kevin, I want to thank you so much. It's always a pleasure touring your work.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. And now let's take a look at what design inspiration we've got for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. We unfold decorating tips that will bring style to any room in your home as we walk you through the latest trends in area rugs with expert advice. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining us today, and we hope to see you again next week for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at sofloshows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.